Hello, fellow Riblets. It's me, Tom from Target Prime Rib. I'm here. I hope everybody is doing pretty well. I just watched Dr. Kiltz with Alia and Dr. Nelson, and it was a really great show. Unfortunately, the guest kept on going in and out. She had some internet problems, and I can relate to that. So hopefully, Ali will be able to have her on again because I'm sure people that did see it is interested in anything that she has to say because it's all about our stories that help us. Good morning, Sandy. I knew you'd be the first one on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, so how did you like the show? I think she was pretty good. I think she just had some technical issues. Again, I hope that she is on again. Do you hear curiosity, do you hear a lot? Do you hear like a blowing noise in the back? I actually it's got a little warm in here, so I actually I turned the okay, cool. I just wanted to know because got a little warm in here, but I didn't want to turn the air on. Um so I figured I'd just put the fan on. I figured that would have been enough, and it's like right behind me. So who do you think is going to be the second person to join us, Sandy? Do you have any plans for today or anything? Okay, okay. Uh, I was actually going to think Rick might be the next person. I actually fixed it where I'm only going to get subscribers on here. Hope it worked. It so far it's so good because yesterday when I was on, the first part was like oh, we're both wrong. Tanya, how you doing? you know, the first part of it, like the first like 10 minutes or so before my actual riblets came on, there were a lot of people that I did not recognize. A lot of what I'm not sure if they were trollers or not, but they weren't they weren't my riblets. So it didn't feel the same. Yeah, okay. How did you make out with work yesterday, Tanya? Did you survive? So I don't know about you guys, but Aaron actually has a live at 8:30 my time. So I want to, so I can't really go any longer than I want to stop by around like 8:15 or whatever. So just about an hour with this. Couple things I would love to test out. You know, so I'm going to be doing a lot of searching around here because this is actually a new platform that I'm doing. It was actually suggested by Keto Simple, Dustin. It's called EV Mux, and it's a new platform that if this works, I might be able to do even my lives because it's free and you can only do 2 hours per live, but you're allowed 30 hours per month of those lives at the no charge. So if I can actually do that and do a guest as well, um, I think that that would be really good, you know. So I I'm not sure. Oh, here it is. Invite guests. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it. Now I'm not saying for I know you guys are shy, so I'm not saying for you guys um, that you have to come on, but I'm going to just paste it every once in a while. And if I see somebody that would want to join me, they're more than welcome. And we'll test out to see if we can have a guest. All right. So there is the link to coming on. Even just for a few minutes, just to say hello, just to do you know. I'm sure if Rick is around, I'm sure Rick would be okay to come on, or even Aaron. Um, and I'll put that on every once in a while, and we'll see, right? I mean, we will end it by 8:15, so no one misses out. Like I said, I want to be fair to everybody. I want to make sure that that's kind of why I'm okay with doing it in the morning like this because I just follow kilts, and I'm like, oh, okay, well I'm already awake, so why not? I just have to be a little quiet, especially when I'm in the apartment. Um, you know, not that there really is. You really don't hear much between the walls here, but just in case. Yeah. So I'm going to check my blood sugars now, and they're not low, but they're okay. They're about 117. My blood sugars, in case anybody's interested. I try to be Sandy, and I hope it's returned to me too. Maybe someday, Tanya. You never know. I mean, I never thought I would be doing this. Not that I'm any good at what I do, but I'm learning, and I'm no Bella or Carrie Mann, but I'm or even Mitch, but I'm trying and I'm learning as I go along. Thank you. Thank you. My mom was a great woman. She definitely was. I'm not sure about the nice guy you're talking about. I didn't have any brothers, so I don't know. But, you know. So I don't know if you guys know or not, but I have scheduled, and it might end up being sooner because if this works out, I'm going to see if she wants to do it sooner. But June 4th, I actually have Amy Hosp going to be coming on and telling us a little bit about her background and story and everything. So yeah, I hope you guys are able to make it. It's going to be on June 4th um, at 3 o'clock my time. I think either 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I'm not sure. It's so confusing with the different timelines and stuff like that. So it looks like we got a third person here. I'm sure they'll pop in eventually, or they'll hide behind, like I used to for many, many years. Hey, Lewis. Okay, concentrate on driving, Lewis. Okay. Now, are you driving to work or from work, Lewis? answer when you're able to. Hi, Josephine. How you doing? Yes, it is a Wednesday. I changed it to the Wednesdays because one, I don't. It doesn't seem like there's really much anything going on Wednesdays. Maybe just a few things here and there, and also, Amy does. Oh God, you definitely need a spa day if you have 7 cats in the car. I hope. Are they driving you nuts? I'm just kidding. That's cool. um, yeah, I was saying something, but I forgot what it was. I guess my carnivore memory hasn't really fully surfaced yet. Hey, just another thing to be developed, right? Okay, happy birthday to your granddaughter, Sandy. I'm guessing they're probably going to be having cake and stuff, Sandy. Or is she carnivore, ketovore like you? So anybody see my latest video with the rain? I I don't know. It was like raining pretty bad last night, and I just got inspired to talk about how sometimes and use it as a sort of a metaphor, that sometimes we kind of need things to happen in order for things good to come out. And I think that way a little bit with everything that happened to me. Like, as much as I didn't want the stuff that happened to me, I think that if it didn't, I would not have been on this path that I'm on now. And I think you have to have. Okay, she sounds nice. She sounds cool and Sandy. I hope you guys have a good time. Well, you're going to catch up, but well, I'm sorry if I prevented you from catching up, Tanya. I mean, how do you guys feel about me doing this, like around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock every day? Oh, well, I'm sure you're still going to be there in spirit, right? Like, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Aaron too is trying to be respectful. I think we're both trying to be respectful of Mitch, and I'm trying to be respectful of Aaron, of course. And I think that's why she's doing it today when Mitch isn't doing his until like later on tonight for the members only. Unfortunately, I I missed the payment to be a member, so I'm no longer a member for. Um, But I'm not sure if I'm going to actually reapply anyway. I think I might just do the buy me a coffee whenever I can, and do that. I think that's a better thing. That's good. Are you painting anything special, Josephine? Yeah, I think once I am, for me, I can't wait. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm actually still wanting to fix up this room. Things have been backed up a little bit because, um, a lot of things would have had to gotten, like the wood and stuff like that, in order to make the desk. Obviously, was going to come from Home Depot, and it's a little hard to get wood. Now I could get it delivered, but I think you have to get a certain amount, and I'm not sure if I really need that much. You know, yeah. I mean, I will like anything you make for me, Josephine. Sandy's right. I mean, I think the thing you made for Aaron, that Booby Goats poster, is phenomenal. I really do. Just make sure when you whatever you make sure you sign it, because if I can rearrange my room and everything like that, I definitely want to be able to display it to the best of my ability. But I'm just heartwarmed that you're thinking of me. You've done a twist. Okay. Okay. That makes me intrigued. Well, I won't guess on what it is because I want it to be a surprise. But Sandy and Tanya, go at it. And Lewis, go at it. That's funny. Just 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 don't tell me, okay, Tanya? LOL. I'm If you're talking to me, Josephine, I would say it has something to do with one of my thumbnails, but that's only a guess. And again, I would rather see the real thing. What you drinking, Thomas? Oh, I forgot. I just water. I promise, just water with a little bit of from when I had my cold, a little bit of elderberry tincture and oregano oil and some Lugol's iodine in it, and that's about it. Um, the two actually I got from Laura Russell. You know, she's on with Rick and Russ Mitchell. You know, on the on the homesick Buckeye. It worked pretty well. It actually, you know, my cold kind of started going away. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I love to. I would love for her to be on my channel sometime. I mean, there's not really a shortage of people that I would love to have on my channel. I have, like I said, I have Amy coming on the 4th, and or maybe sooner. I don't know, but it is scheduled for the 4th. Um, when is the last time I ate, Tanya? I actually ate pretty late last night, which is why my sugar started out to be a little bit higher. I don't know. I kind of just I was out and I just kind of had you know, so I did kind of eat late. So I didn't cheat. I still did carnivore, but I did eat like after 8 o'clock, around like 8:39. So that was kind of problematic. But my sugars are going down now. They're about 120 now. They were about 155 earlier when I first woke up. But I did have to take some insulin this morning. It could be, yeah. I mean, do you when you say send it, do you have my email address or would you need that? Well, yeah, that's a pretty. I mean, that's a high number for you, Lewis, obviously. Um, but you could look at it as a Trinity number, 111. I don't know exactly what that means in you know, not that I'm very religious, but I just, you know, the Trinity numbers kind of give me comfort every time I see them. I mean, I can't wait to get your point where 111 is considered a high number and it's a rarity for me to have, you know. But I'm getting there. It's slowly coming down, you know, and yeah, just let me know, Josephine, and I'd be more than happy to send you my email. Actually, you know what? Why not? I'll put it down in the chats here. Hey, Rick, how we doing? Fasting for For what? Oh, I get you. Well, if you have to be fasting for 12 hours, it probably helps. I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm thinking about doing a fast just because. So, are you inside now, Rick? All right. So, like I said, I'm testing this out. So, if any of you guys, since there's more people, if any of you guys would want to come on here and just say hello, doesn't have to be a long thing. Just say hello and just to shoot the breeze. I just sent it, Tanya. So we'll see. If Rick's outside, I doubt he can join the link. But if you can, Rick, you are definitely invited as always. Obviously, Lewis, you could have come on too, but you are driving, so that's why I didn't put you in. Because you should never stream and drive at the same time. Like I said, this is a whole different platform that was suggested by Dustin at Keto Simple. So shout out to Dustin. Thank you, Dustin. Make sure I think he has a live coming on later on today, so to watch that. I'm not going to ask how you lost your webcam. Has Bob used that too? How does he like it, Rick? I'm using the free version. But it seems if it works on certain aspects, it seems like it might be a better thing. Like it's like you can only do 2 hour live streams at a time, but you're able to do 30 hours per month. So that would mean I have 15 that I can do because especially with the people guests and stuff like that. I really don't need to do more than 2 hours anyway. Um, I'm not doing a race or anything like that. And then I could still use the StreamYard, the free StreamYard with the 5 hours per month, and we could figure something out on how I could mix both together. Oh, yeah. You're right. So how long has it been? Let's say that I stopped eating at around, let's say I stopped at 10 o'clock. I didn't. I stopped way before that, but let's say I stopped at 10 o'clock. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So it's only been 9 hours. So I'll test it again at around, like I said, I think I might be fat. I think I might do a fast anyway. I think what I want to do, and it sounds crazy, is I have some sardines in my cupboard. I think what I'm going to do is kind of like a fast. But if I do get hungry and want something, I'm going to have some fat and probably like have a can of sardines every time I feel that I need to have something. You know, I just unfortunately it's I don't know. Just the past couple nights, I've been kind of. I think I just really wanted to go out, and it was like so miserable. I couldn't really do too much walking last night because of the rain. So I just went right to the pizza place and had some roast beef and cheese, and there probably was stuff in the roast beef to make it a little bit higher too. Um, but I'm good. I'm fine. Um, I mean, I could have. I guess I could have gone live yesterday and talked to you guys, but I thought it was a little late, and I already did 3 test lives yesterday, um, and they didn't really come out too good. I didn't really, not too many people came on them. Well, they're last minute, and no, I think the only reason why I have you guys on here now is because you guys know now that I am going to be doing morning lives right after kilts. Not really sure if I'm going to be doing them on the weekends or not. I did say daily, so that does count. Okay. Yeah, the longest fast I've ever done is about 5 days on purpose, and I've mentioned this before on a lot of my interviews. The longest unintentional fast I've done is 9 days, and I think I could have done well with the 9 days. I think it's just when you don't expect to do it, like when it's like kind of like forced upon you. I think your brain just, like when you have to do something, you tend to not want to do it, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I'm going to try to do it. Um, Yesterday I had a pretty good meal. I had the thing I had at night, of course, and then I had a rump roast, and I also had some. I'm trying to think if I had bacon or no, I didn't have bacon or eggs yesterday. I didn't cook the bacon. Oh, I'm sorry, Rick. Well, that's fine. Well, I mean, if it does, that's great, Josephine. But keep in mind, like for me, um, it's not really about the scale. It's just about all the health and all the other benefits that are happening. So make sure to look at that too. I don't know if you know the story about my mom, but she actually did keto and she was actually doing pretty well. Actually, she was doing very well, and she had metastatic breast cancer, and she actually was starting to do really well. Like before she couldn't go up and down stairs. She had like really bad vertigo, um, you know, and everything. And after she did keto, I'm not even talking carnivore. After she did keto, she started being able to walk up and down the stairs again. She could walk around the track. Um, she was a little faster, and um, but unfortunately, she gave up on it because her why was to lose weight, and she wasn't losing the weight as quickly as I was. So she thought that it wasn't working for her, so she gave up on it. So that's why I tell people, like, if you're going to have a weight loss why, I'm not sure if that's your why or not, but if you are, to make sure you have another additional why. Make the weight loss at least a collaborator with something else. So I do agree. I think the body needs to be ready but I think even more important, Josephine, I think the mind needs to be ready. Um, for the fast. I think I'm not saying like that you need to dwell or anything like that, but I think that some preparation and even some preparedness outside, like if I'm doing a fast, I just quickly go to my room and say, oh, by the way, I'm doing a fast. Because the thing is sometimes they don't think like, oh, why aren't you eating? Are you eating? And they kind of go into the brain a little bit, and they don't mean to, and you have to learn to go past that, but at the same time you need to be like, this is what I'm doing, and then once they know, and he's pretty good, and others are pretty good too. Like I'll be like, yeah, today I'm doing, today I decided to do an extended fast, and I'm not sure how long I'm going. Usually I usually have an idea how long I want to go, but what I do is I just say I don't really know how long I want to go, so I'm going to take it day by day, and then they just know. Yeah, you'll lose. I mean, I feel I've lost quite a bit of weight. The scale doesn't really shows it, but doesn't really show it. Uh, but I think I feel that I'm better than I was. You know, um, right now I'm in my pajama shorts basically, or my shorts, so I'm not going to stand up. But if you see some of my before pictures and my after, you'll see that I'm sure you've seen a lot of the changes in my face too. So, so I actually have a delivery coming, so I'm at around 9 o'clock. So I'll have to go downstairs probably when Erin's doing her live and do the live from my phone. Okay. Hey, Erin. Speaking of the devil, how are we doing? We were talking about you, Erin. Were your ears bleeding? So, like I said, I'm testing out this in case it's an expression, Erin. Like when somebody's talking about you, your ears. My mom used to say it all the time. Well, no, Tanya. Sandy was the first. You were the next person to be on. But yes, we made the bet that it was either going to be Erin or Rick, and Sandy guessed Erin, and I thought Rick, but that was just a guess. You fooled us. You proved us both wrong, Tanya. Aaron, I just put the link on if you'd like to come on and say hello. I'm actually testing a new platform. I mean, it's not brand new, but for me, it's new. It's EV Mux. It was suggested by Keto Simple for me to use, and if it works, it may. Holy, can you hear me?
Why do I not hear anything?
I don't know. I can hear you.
Oh, let me see. My volume is really low. What is going on here?
Did you turn it down and not know it?
There we go. I'm going to try
I've
the
done
new
that
tablet
before. Like you,
device.
you, you, you forgot you turned it down the night before for whatever reason.
Well, it's a tablet device. I generally don't use this for going online, and I've been outside working in the heat, so I don't look like I normally do.
Yeah, no, you look a little disheveled, but that's okay. I appreciate you helping me test this out. I'm just going to see how it looks on different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a little bit nicer. Are you guys seeing how it just got smaller for me and Rick?
Yeah, I see it on the other computer.
Okay.
Uh-oh. What? The menace is here. I fed you, you little monster. Want more meat?
Is
No.
he is he is he the? Oh, there he is.
He's trying to attack the tablet. He sees something moving. He wants to get it. Look at those paws. Look at those
Yeah, he just wants
paws.
to get on screen. That's what it is.
Look at those paws.
Yeah, I think I like it better this way, the
Mm.
smaller.
You're such a cute little sweetheart. Yes, you are. You're a good kitty.
The
Oh,
plans of the day:
watch the paws. No. What's the
eat
matter?
eat the tallow man.
Look at that cute little thing. He's such a good little monster. Look at those little paws. Oh, look at it.
He's adorable.
Mm-hmm. He's a lively little cat.
Yes.
Every time my friends come over, he wants to chase them around and play with them. He's like a little kitten. A big kitten.
You know, he's still young, so you know.
Yeah. But he's friendly, except for the claw.
Mine lived to about 18. I
Yeah,
mean,
my
unfortunately, I had to get rid of it, but it was about
oh,
18 when I had to get rid of it. I was moving into a place that didn't allow cats, so somebody took it in. But
my oldest lived to 21. Yeah,
yeah,
sleepless.
I mean, they say it has something to do with size because my grandfather's, and I don't know if this is true or not. This is my grandfather telling me this, but he said that his mother's dog, and she was a really small dog, lived about 28. So I don't
Mm.
know how true that was because you don't
Huh.
really hear that very often. But so I guess it has to do a lot with size because I think the bigger the dog, the shorter the lifespan.
Okay. I don't know. My biggest cat
And it's a theory, by the
lived
way.
the longest, so that's the funny part. I guess it's just a type of animal.
Yeah, I think cats have a longer life, but think about it, unless you know most cats are pretty small, so they're not really except for isn't there a cat that's like a coon cat or something like that
Yeah,
that
Maine Coon
grows
cat.
Maine Coon? Yeah.
Milton, what are you doing? Don't play with that. No. Bad Milton.
Okay, Josephine, we'll see you soon. Like I said, I'm only going to be on until about 8:15 because uh, there's a there's a person, Booby Goats, that has a live coming on at 8:30. So I want to make sure that I'm on for that. So I'm not sure who Booby Goats is, but she sounds pretty exciting. So
No, don't play with that. No, no, no. Silly cat. Oh my goodness. No. Bad kitty.
hey, Jerry Hall, how you doing? Yes, I guess it's a little hard to do a golf game. I know a lot of people play football in the rain. I don't really follow sports that much, but I know a lot. I know my brother-in-law used to play football in the rain. I guess there's some sports that just rain isn't really too good to play. Yeah, I totally agree, Sandy. Yeah, but that's what makes her more interesting, right? Aaron, Aaron's probably like rolling her eyes right now, aren't you, Aaron?
Hmm. Where's that salt shaker? You crazy cat. What are you doing? Oh my goodness.
So I like your cabinet doors behind you there, Rick. They look pretty vintage. You're back, Josephine. Great. I can't believe how long you were gone. Like,
Yeah, 1960s room. All that
yeah.
plastic.
Is that your kitchen?
No, that's my living room.
Oh, that's your okay. Yeah, I like the am I wrong in saying it's like a stained glass cabinet?
No, it's plastic. It's from when I was a kid
Oh,
back in
really?
the 60s.
Okay.
That stuff was real popular back then. Um,
It looks like something from the game Clue.
oh, yeah.
Like in your like you're in the library or something, or a video cab. Actually, you know what? My grandmother had a record cabinet that sort of had that same front to it
Yeah.
back,
That was
but
typical.
hers was from the 40s. It wasn't even from the.
Mm-hmm. I was there that cabinet my dad built before I was born, and then he put those plastic doors on it when I was a little kid. So
Okay,
that's
well, it works.
yeah.
It works. I did the same when I was. I lived in an apartment behind someone's house, and the cabinets were all broken. They were like all hollow,
Mm-hmm.
and so I took the broken ones. There was only a couple of them. I took the broken ones and I actually made. It was like a kit to make like a stained glass. Like you took like I just basically took that stuff you have like in the lights for the ceiling tiles, and I just made like a an opaque glass. It actually came out pretty cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
But hey Cindy, how you doing? Boy, I'm getting some famous people on here.
Mm.
I usually do though. I mean, I consider that's because I consider everybody that's a riblet or not, or to be pretty infamous.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Right, little Milton? You little
Yeah.
monster. Little Milton went from being a street cat to being a celebrity, didn't you, you cute little.
Yes, Milton has his own show, right?
Really?
Yeah, at night. Yeah, we watch it.
No wonder he
The, the, the,
disappeared.
the Milton Hour.
You are the cutest. Look at this little thing. He's always within reach. He is the cutest of all kitty cats. Look at that face. Love my kitten so much. Yeah. You're a sweetheart. Oh my goodness. I love you so much. A nice cat.
Yeah. That'd be interesting if he actually met Daisy from Bill Knott.
That would be interesting. But I think Bill Knott is the celebrity that everybody is chasing after, and I'm the one that chases everybody away when they see me coming in there. They're like, just like all the iguanas. I don't want to
Oh,
be
here's a
around
new
that guy.
person, North Dakota carnivore.
Hmm.
Well, I'm glad you caught my live, North Dakota. I appreciate you being here. We just hang out here. We don't really go too much into to too much of anything, but if every once in a while I'll do a live with somebody and let them tell their story. Um,
Hold on while I get some beef tallow.
okay, everybody, hold on while he gets some beef tallow. Yeah, I like having pets, Josephine. I don't. My apartment. The only reason why I don't is because I'm like kind of like on that budget, and I just feel that if I can't take care of a cat if it gets sick, then I really shouldn't have one. But I do love to have them. So
Watch
I
the
just admire
dogs.
them from yeah, most likely Tanya. Uh, oh, that's cool. Cindy. That'd be really good. Dr. Nelson's the best. He's actually helped me out quite a bit. A lot of people have helped me out quite a bit, but he's definitely helped me out. So I will definitely earmark um, that interview for
Why
with
is the tail?
Dr.
Get the tail out of there. Oh my goodness.
So I don't know if you saw it in the comments there, Rick, but Cindy just said she's doing an interview for July 8th with Dr. Nelson.
Oh, okay. That's good. I gotta comb my hair, so I start off with a block of beef tallow, and that's how I get it.
Oh, you
That
just like rub
19.
it in?
Yeah, I give it that 1950s look.
Yeah. Well, you do have a lot of hair.
Oh, look at how much I have, and I'm almost 57. I'll be 57
I
in a couple
know.
weeks.
Like I'm a little jealous there, Rick.
No, Milton, stop it. He's got to play with everything. He's a dentist. Yeah, this is what I've done since I was a teenager because I wanted to be like the 1950s. That was my thing, like Happy
Right,
Days or something like that.
right.
And I
That's
know,
probably why you want to be like the 1950s because you probably were watching Happy Days. And you probably
Well, actually, when I was younger, I wanted to be like everybody else. So I tried to imitate everybody else, but they kept making fun of me because no matter what I did, it wasn't right. I couldn't look like them. I couldn't act like them. So I said, forget it. I like the 50s. So I decided I'm going to be like the 1980s, 1950s. And I've
Yep.
been that way ever since. So, and the other thing is my
Hey, there
hair
could be
always got,
worse things for you to want to be like. So I mean,
no,
I think
Milton,
the
get
1950s is
away.
cool. You know.
Milton, stop it. My goodness. He can't resist playing with the tablet. Okay. That looks pretty good, I think. Let's see. So give it the old. Oh, now Milton turned the light off. Why do you do that? Oh my goodness. Milton, you are a pain. You know that? Oh well. Let me turn the light back on. Okay. There we go. There. Stay off of the control box.
So Erin says here that she always thought that you looked like the Fonz.
Yeah, that was kind of the whole idea. Although it's too
I
hot
mean,
to wear.
yeah, out of all the Happy Days characters, I would have to say the Fonz is probably the closest to you. Definitely.
That's it.
I mean, you're probably a little taller than the Fonz. I think he's only like 5'6" or something like that. So
Oh, I'm a lot
I
taller.
don't think Henry Winkler's really that tall.
No, he's not that tall. But I can tell you, when it comes to attitude, yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of like everyone. I was like how did my friend put it? Said I would be like a techie in the 50s. That's kind of what I'm like. But now you can see the way that I give my hair that unique
Like,
look with a block of beef tallow.
well, yeah. I mean, I kind of put two and two together,
Mm-hmm.
like a long while ago. But that's still kind of cool to see the transformation.
That's right. Well, that's the way you see me is the way I get up in the morning, and then
Right.
before I go anywhere or do any work, I always comb my hair and I give it that beef tallow. And
So you don't have like the 50s robots like all around you, like combing your hair before you get up and go to bed and hit the
no,
Jetsons.
it's not the Jetsons, but maybe one day. You never know.
See these arms coming all around, like
Or like,
giving your car briefcase, you know.
although I am like, I don't know if you remember in the 1940s, Tex Avery, they used to do a lot of those animations for Tom and Jerry and some
Oh
other
yeah,
cartoons.
okay.
They
I
had
mean, obviously, I don't remember the 1940s,
right.
but
Well, I wasn't around either, but they had they had a series of cartoons. It was like the Of Tomorrow cartoons, and one of them was House of Tomorrow. There was TV of Tomorrow, Farm of Tomorrow, and Car of Tomorrow. And if
right,
you watch all of those, you'll see all the little robot gadgets and the things that they were going to put in there. And that's kind of like I always thought that'd be a great future. It just never got to that point.
yeah. I mean, slowly but surely, but yeah, you're right.
But I've had people tell me that I do look like somebody from the 50s or 60s because of how skinny I am and the way that I am. I don't look like a modern person. And a modern person
Right.
usually is more sloppy, fatty, and
Yeah.
they just you see them wearing flip-flops and
Well, I
they
think it's your
never.
style too. It's not even just the concept of you being skinny. It's just your way. You know, it's just your style. It's just your demeanor, your presentation.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You know, like I don't think they're going to say that about me, but I think they definitely will say that about you. You know,
Well, I don't know. I think you can blend in more with the current style, but for me,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to say that I represent the '50s
right, right.
as much as they're going to say that about you. You know?
But I do get that a lot. And it's even funnier when you see me around other people because I'm so much taller and skinny. When you look at Miami, for example, where people tend to be shorter and fatter, we have a lot of fat people in Miami. Even the younger, the teenagers, the 20 somethings, most of them they're not really obese, but some of them are. But most of them are just dumpy and fat. They look like a bunch
Yeah,
of pears walking around on stick legs.
yeah. Well, I noticed a lot of kids. I mean, I think my sister's lucky with her kids. I mean, even though they don't do what I do, they seem to be in pretty good shape. They seem to be pretty, healthy for the most part. And I love them. You already met one of them, so. But most of the kids I see around their age are very like they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They're just very dumb, like you said. They're very dumpy. They're very like you know and I would say that's the diet because they're the same kids that will come to Quick Check, the job I had,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll get like candies and cookies and they have all these friends with them. Like when I did it because I had nobody. I was like going home by myself, and I was depressed. They're actually
Right.
with a whole bunch of people, and it's like part of like the in crowd thing. So that's what makes it even worse,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
That's it. I
Hey,
know.
Lori. Lori's saying hello to you. At least I hope she is because she's saying quack quack.
Yeah, that's me. Quack back.
Hey, this is cool. I actually did the test yesterday with this EV Mux, and but I think it was a little too unexpected, and I did it. I was on it for about like 15 minutes, and I don't think anybody came on. It's like, are you out there? Like what?
No,
No,
Milton.
I was just like, but I think you guys um expect me now in the morning, because I kind of announced it that I was going to be on every morning, and I think that was unexpected.
Right.
So
Yeah, and on top of that, I've been coming down with a cold because of the hot weather. So that's why I may sound a little weirder than normal.
yeah,
But yesterday
I
was
think I think the cold's it's going to go in and out, in and out. I still today I was coughing a little bit, so I was telling that I have from Laura. I got a couple things that she recommended, so
I
to
don't
help like
I don't
that.
do anything differently. I just let it work its way out of my system. It's just yesterday I was blowing my nose. I rode my bike over to Harbor Freight to get some more blades, and I just sneezed and just the whole way there. I figure the more I'll sneeze and get rid of it, the quicker it'll last. And when I was a kid, my mom used to give me all these remedies and the nasal spray and all that. And usually that would make it last longer. And then I'd get times when I couldn't breathe. And when I was younger, I used to get terrible sore throats. I don't get sore
Mhm.
throats anymore. I haven't had one since, well, the last time I went plant based, which was in '93. I haven't had a sore throat since then. I used to get that strep throat, and then the doctor, oh, we got to watch that. It would take days to go away. It was horrible. But now it just comes down to the sniffles, sinus headache, a bunch of sneezing, then a couple of days where my voice is a little off, but I feel fine
Yeah.
otherwise. So
Well, I think that has a lot to do with again your conditioning. Being carnivore for so long.
and
I think there will be a point where that will happen to me. I think there'll be a point where that could happen to most of us, where where we're just our immune system is just so much better. You know.
Oh, the other thing is I don't get any respiratory infections. So I tell everybody, a lot of older people they die of pneumonia. Pneumonia is not going to kill me. It's going to be a heart attack. I'm absolutely certain of that. When it's time for me to go, it's going to be a massive heart attack because
Hmm.
I don't get respiratory infection. I live in a house with mold, mildew. I work around dirt all the time. If anybody
Yeah.
was going to get a lung infection, it'd be me, but it doesn't happen. It stays in the sinus, and that's it. And it's like someone said, well, you have all the sinus problems. I said, yeah, but it's a protection for me. I think in my case, considering I work with so many dirty and I live in a dumpy house, it's actually a protection. My immune system is constantly, it's like if you're fighting a war, you can either take it on inside of your country or you can take it on the outside. And I think that's what's happening to me. The sinus takes it on the outside. It's like my digestive system. That's my other weakness. If I eat duck food, I'll get sick within hours. I have to be
Mm.
very careful what I eat. But as long as I stay on the carnivore diet, I never have a problem, unless I get the flu. And usually, one of the first signs I get before I get sick is diarrhea. I'll get a little diarrhea. Then a day or two, I'll get a headache. and the sniffles, and I'll be sneezing. And then also I notice my energy level goes down, and my feet may hurt, and my fingers may hurt. And then once the whole sinus thing comes up, that goes away, and then it's just getting better. I've had the COVID 3 times, same exact thing. So I think, and what makes me mad is you get a lot of these people out there that say, well, I'm on the carnivore diet, I'm invincible, I'll never get sick. I said,
Yeah.
you're an idiot if you think that, because you're going to get sick. It's just a different process. We are constantly fighting pathogens, and the only way we can do it is through stimulating the immune system. If you never got sick, you'd probably be covered with arthritis and skin issues and all that, because that's just your immune system going crazy.
Yeah.
So I think being around a certain amount of dirt and going outside and getting sick now and then is actually a very good thing,
Yeah.
because it trains our immune system and it keeps us from eating ourselves.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Because if you stay away from it long enough, um, your body tends to not get used to that. I mean, I think we do have to kind of like, I mean, think about it. I mean, don't they like if you get like bit by a snake, don't they use the venom from a snake in order
Yeah.
to, in order to cure. So it's like sort of like curing with the actual problem.
We
So
had a
I do
neighbor
agree. I do agree with that concept.
We had a neighbor that was related to a guy named Bill Host. He had a tourist attraction called the Serpentarium. It was there
Okay.
until the 1980s, when they sold out to developers and built a piece of garbage shopping center like
Of course.
everything else around here. But
Mhm.
that guy had been bitten by so many snakes, including cobras, that I think one time they had to use something from his blood to save somebody's life, because there was some snake they got bitten by, and this guy had been bitten so many times. I think he lived into his 90s, if I remember correctly, because he moved his serpentarium somewhere to Texas. But
Okay. Well, that's
as
a good
far
place
as
to have it.
yeah, as far as I know, he lived until his 90s. You could probably look it up. You look up serpentarium or Bill Hast, Haast. So,
Okay.
and again, I think if you haven't died from something and you've been exposed to it for such a long time, I think eventually your body has to build a tolerance. It's like all the people that are into bodybuilding, they have to constantly work out, otherwise the muscle will go away. I mean, you can see how Sean Baker's constantly training. So I think it's the same thing with the immune system. One of the biggest problems I think about people today is that they have it too easy. They don't have to think very much. They don't have to work very hard. They don't have to solve problems. And then what ends up happening, if they're not doing things that are productive, now they're looking for a dopamine hit from food, entertainment, or whatever else, mating or whatever else it takes. And then they end up being consumers and easy to control. And when something
Yeah.
goes wrong, they have a total meltdown.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's you know. So Lori's saying that, or actually, it might have been Tanya. I apologize. Oh, it's Tanya that said it first. That tonight is wing night. Wing night, thirsty night, Thursday. So,
Huh.
are you making it like Rick does with the heart attack style,
I hope
Tanya?
so.
I'm sure she is. And Lori said she has to go to the butcher for wings. They
Don't
were out the other
don't
day.
don't forget the lard or beef tallow. That's what you
Yep.
want to use.
Yeah, I gotta get some lard myself.
I know in the 1950s they used to use something in their hair called pomade, and that was no longer made when I started my 50s journey. So
Right.
that's
You had
why
to be creative. Yeah.
originally I used petroleum jelly or Vaseline, but Vaseline would be it would get sort of liquid, and when it got into everything, it was like oil. You couldn't get it out. So that's why I went to lard. I got the idea from a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Tom, he had a cartoon. It was called the Zoot Cat. He made a zoot suit out of a.
Yep. I remember the zoot
You
suit.
remember
That
that?
was so cool.
He cut a hammock and I forget what else, a lampshade. He made himself a zoot suit. And
Yep.
before that, he was trying to make himself look better. So he got lard and put it in his hair and put little curlers, went doing like little springs.
Yep.
So I thought,
I
hey,
remember.
I
I
could use
remember that.
lard. And that's what I did. Back then, they used to sell the lard in little containers, and I would buy the lard and put it on my hair. And all those junior high kids that used to mess up my hair, well, they found out in high school the first time they put their hand in that nasty lard, they thought, oh, and then they were like trying to wipe it off. After that, they left
I
me
remember
alone.
the zoot suit. Yep.
Yep, the
Yep.
zoot
The
suit
big hat, that big rim Stetson that went around and everything,
and a coat
and the
hanger for
chain.
shoulders.
Yep. And the shoes and all that. Yep. We actually, when I used to do tuxedos, we actually for a long time there, the swing phase was kind of in. So they actually sold the things that they were pretty much these special things that went over your shoes, the kind of the
The
spats.
spats, yeah, I remember those.
And let me just put this out. I'm actually just if anybody else wants to come on here and say hello, anybody's welcome. Um, Again, I'm just testing out this EV. And I mean, Rick obviously gave me the answer, but it wouldn't hurt to see if you know if we could squeeze other people in too. Um,
Well, they're
but if
afraid
not,
when I'm here.
I pretty much what I wanted to test out was if I could get people like you and me are doing right now, and because this actually, I mean, when you do Streamyard, you're allowed 5 hours per month for free.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, you have to do 2 hour streams, but you're allowed 30 hours per
Hmm.
month.
Okay,
So you're allowed 15 streams basically per month.
that's good.
And it just sounds like a good idea. And the fact that I can have you on here kind of makes it even better, because I mean, technically, I don't have to, I could kind of just do both
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, and just have, not that I would really ever need, I mean, because I'm not you, so I wouldn't need 5 hour streams at a time.
You mean 8 hour streams?
Well, I'm minimalizing it a little bit, but yeah.
Because Mitch, he likes to go on every day for an hour to 2 hours, and then well, Mitch has a stream every day. Well, Rick has a stream once a week, but he makes up for the entire week in one
Yeah.
day. And I'm working on getting these mobile devices to work. I've been putting up Wi-Fi repeaters all around the house, so I can take this with me, and then I can do a live stream while I'm working, so I don't have to waste my day just sitting at the computer. I can move around.
Well, I found out why my stream was kind of being used up on StreamYard. I thought I was being very careful, but then I'm like, wait, my hours already were accumulated. How did
Hmm.
that happen? And remember when I was on with you and Russ
Yep.
on a week ago or so?
Yep.
Well, or a couple weeks ago? Well, I saw on the thing, I saw on the top, like, oh, stream it to your channel. So that's what I did.
Ah.
Well, I didn't realize, or at least wasn't thinking, that that counted as part of my 5 hours.
That's interesting.
So, so now I know that I either don't stream it to my channel,
Mm-hmm.
or I find out other ways. So, what I might
Right.
do is use the StreamYard and just use it for when I'm for Russ. And when I
Right.
use the interviews and what I'm doing here with the I I just say EV Mux.
Well, use a different device or a different browser, and then StreamYard won't know that it's on that other account. As long as you don't log into the StreamYard, it won't count from your
Well, no, I
hours.
never did. It was because he uses StreamYard, so I
Yeah,
think
I
it
know,
just went.
but your system probably saves the settings in the cache, and then when you log on, it
Mm.
assumes that you're logging onto your account. But if you have like maybe Google Chrome, and then you also have Mozilla, or maybe you have
Okay,
Microsoft Edge or whatever, if you use a different browser, then it won't count against your time because it doesn't know.
that's okay. Okay, I'll look into that. I'll try that.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is how I learn. I learn from all you guys.
Hey, no,
I
watch your
don't always
claws.
remember, but I learn from all you guys.
Let's see if this will work. I guess it does. No,
Well,
crazy cat.
hello, WE Network. How you doing? He was actually, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if W Network is a male or a female. I do apologize.
Hmm.
Uh,
Here you go, kitty. Have some meat. There we go.
all right, I missed something here. I'm not sure what goat notes are.
There's my refrigerator.
Yes, I see that.
Typical carnivore refrigerator. There's a little duck food in there too.
If I remember correctly, oh, hi, Ivy. Nice to meet you. And Ivy was saying yesterday, right before I closed down, briefly that she was doing a homestead. Is that
Oh.
am I right, Ivy, or am I getting the wrong person?
Hmm.
I'm sure she'll answer eventually. They always do. Yeah, well, welcome to the group, Ivy. Rick's going to make a business call right now.
I'm just checking my messages.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking with you.
Let's see. Okay.
Okay, Rick. Homestead co-op villages in every state.
Oh, okay.
So, um, I don't know. I don't know about anybody else, but Ivy, if you ever want to come on here, and we could set up where you could actually tell a little bit about what you're doing and your story a little bit. I mean, I can't speak for everybody else. I mean, Rick can actually answer right away, and so but I can do it in the chats. But I think a lot of people would like to hear a little bit more about this. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
especially if it's carnivore connected.
Hmm. That's right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be carnivore necessarily, but if it's connected to that, I think that would be pretty cool.
Hmm.
Again, that sounds really cool, Ivy. It really does. It really does. Yeah.
A lot of comments.
So, just out of curiosity, Ivy, how long have you been carnivore? I mean, I've been full carnivore, and everybody here knows exactly what I mean by full carnivore. For about it's going to be 5 months in on June 1st. But how long have you been even partially carnivore? Now, I already know that you haven't been carnivore for as long as Rick, because I don't know too many people that have been carnivore for as long as
Yeah,
Rick.
you're not going to find any.
I mean, I know Maggie, but I don't really, like I think you're still the quack of the carnivore.
I'm I'm the U.S. I'm the longest, the
Yep.
tallest, and I mean, obviously, I'm not Dr. Baker, but and look at what I got here. The menace. The menace is waiting. Look at that. Everywhere I go.
It's funny. It's like like on how much carnivore has been kind of like subjugated in the past and everything like that with the news media with all this stuff. It kind of makes me wonder sometimes on just how many celebrities are actually carnivore, but they kept it secret because they didn't want to be like shunned. You know, kind of
Could
like kind of like closet carnivores. You know.
well, that's see. I was never in the closet. I've always been.
No, no, and uh,
because I'm
But it
not a
just makes me
celebrity.
wonder, like,
I'm
you know, like
nobody.
you find out you're not actually the tallest carnivore because like Michael Jordan ended up being, or something like that, ended up being carnivore.
Well, if you think
Yeah,
about it, a lot of the celebrities
I
have to
don't think he
sell.
is, but I'm just
No,
saying.
a lot of the celebrities had to sell duck food. So if they were carnivore, it wouldn't do that good. You can't sell duck food to the kids when you're a carnivore yourself. But then again, I'm a nobody, so nobody is going to care. That's the great thing about me. You don't see me invited. Well, I mean, technically, I have been. As a curiosity, they'll invite me on some of the popular carnivore channels, and then after
Right.
that, they don't talk to me anymore because they've already gotten what they need. And then the rest of it is like, well, okay, it's the carnivore quack. So I'm not the one that's going to be out there promoting the lifestyle because I don't care what you eat. I give you fruits and vegetables. You're a vegan, good for you. I'll teach you how to garden. I'll give you the best seeds, and I'll get your garden running perfect. And if you want bananas or fruits, come to my house. They're free. I don't care what you eat. I tell people I'd rather everybody be vegan. That way there's more meat for me. So, you know, right, little Milton?
Yeah. All right. So I just looked at the time,
It's almost
and
8:30.
yes, and I did make a promise that I would see Erin's live. And I'm sure everybody else on here wants to see her live as well because
Yep,
we all support each other.
that's right.
And so I'm going to be ending the broadcast. Thankfully, with Rick telling me what I can and cannot do without even realizing he's telling me what I can and cannot do. So um, I just have to find the leave button here. um, that would kind of help if you actually want to end something to actually. Uh, okay. Oh, it has an X, so I'm guessing once they push the X, I'm sure
There you go.
it will do. Oh, now the X disappeared. It's like one of those like elusive X's.
Hmm.
Okay, let me
Uh
see.
oh.
So bear with me. If anybody leaves to go to Aaron, that's fine, guys. Okay, I totally understand. And like I said, I actually wanted to do for 8:15, so then we'd all have enough time for everything.
That never happens.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's. I mean, I have to admit, I did this thing on full screen, and then my clock disappeared. So I had to look at my phone in order to see what time it actually was.
Hmm.
But I have no way of getting out. Help!
You could always close the browser.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Ah, here it goes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Now I can do it. Okay. Cool. Next time I'm not going to do full screen. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. All right. So everybody, as I always end my videos, this is Target Prime Rib and Rick, Sergeant Mopar, over and out.
All right.